Morning, everybody. Just waiting here, make sure connected. And are we on? Yes, we are. Hey, everybody, Harry Newhan here. Welcome to the Monday 12 noon live. First of all, welcome all the new folks that have joined the group. Congratulations. Welcome. It's my pleasure. Those of you that haven't had the chance to meet me, my name is Harry Newhan, and I come here every week because I am committed to sharing my experiences and the skills that I've developed over the last 3.5 decades, over 35 years in the sales and sales team building space, in the sales space, and mastering the art of ethical persuasion. And I've had the blessings and the privilege of being instrumental in building 2 7-figure income businesses in 2 different sales industries over that time span. One in the 80s and 90s, and the other one in the 2000s, 2010s. And so now I'm sharing the strategies, the tactics, the steps, the skills that I learned all the way from setting appointments to prospecting and appointments, and building trust and rapport, all the way through the closing and the follow-up and the referrals and the different word tracks that make a difference. And so I focus mainly on 2 things. One is the mindset that you can do it, and 2 is the messaging. What messaging are you using in all aspects of the sales spectrum, the sales sequence? And right now we're going through a series of the 10 C words that start with a C, that I believe are instrumental and important to building a successful business. In week 1, we talked about character. You can find all the short videos. They're real short. You can find them in the feed here. And I pinned them all in the pin post. 1 is character. Number 2 is credibility. Last week we did commitment. And this week we're going to do certainty. Now there's an old phrase. There's only 2 certain things in life. One is taxes and the other one is death. And, technically speaking, that's probably true depending on where you live in the world. But I believe that there's another certainty, and the certainty is you. I think that you, as an individual, have the opportunity to be certain about many things in your mind. This is part of the mindset strategy. You can be certain that you're going to move forward. Now, certainty, it's not only important to be certain mentally and saying it, but it's in doing the activity, doing the action steps required to prove the certainty. For example, you're looking at an opportunity, you're doing a new ad, or you're doing a new phrase, or you're doing a new post. You don't want to be wishy-washy about it. You want to be certain that at that moment, that's what resonated with you to get that message out there. Playing it safe, so many people I've watched throughout my career play it safe. Especially when you're talking about an opportunity. And now it's with coaching. I offer people my coaching services. And there's the natural stopping points or stepping stones or barriers that people have to go through in their mind. Do I have the time to work with Harry? Do I have the money to work with Harry? Do I have support from my family and people around me to work with Harry? And not just me, any coach out there. And, I believe that, and again, throughout my career of recruiting and training and building and managing groups of salespeople, as well as sales itself, there's so many people that they play it safe and they say, that's risky. If I invest this money, I may not have it for what I need. And what I found is that in reality, life is risky. We don't know walking out that door if we're going to get hit by a truck. Now that's an extreme, but the reality is could you pulling out of your driveway get hit, hurt, and killed or injured? The answer is yes. We don't know about crossing the street. I've had people that I've worked with that have jaywalked across the street, illegally jaywalked. Unfortunately, it wasn't at a red light. They stepped off the curb, and they were killed. And it's a tragedy, for sure. But the certainty of playing it so risky, there's a phrase, life is risky. It's so risky, nobody's getting out alive. So do we play it too safe? So are we certain in ourselves? And this is the big thing. Can you be certain in yourself to know that if you follow the action steps, Tony Robbins has a famous phrase, success leaves clues. If you find somebody that's already been where you are, and all you've got to do is invest your time, your resources, your energy, and you will get to where they are if they show you the steps. The only lack of certainty is in your ability to perform. In the 80s and 90s, I was in the weight loss industry. And we sold the shake and the tablets. And you drink 2 shakes a day, take the tablets, eat 1 meal a day, anything you want, you lose weight. And people say, well, how do I know it's going to work for me? So, well, the product works for everybody that uses it. The only question is, are you willing to work with the product? Because the reality is, if you take in less calories, you lose weight. It's getting the nutrition that you need on a daily basis to replace the extra calories that aren't nutritious. And there's all kinds of diets out there. If there's 1,000 books in the library, if there's 100, there's 1,000 on how to lose weight. And everybody's got their own opinion. And the reality is you take in less calories than you burn, or you burn more calories than you take in less calories, then you're going to lose weight. But we're talking about certainty here. And if you go into an opportunity or you go into a program with 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door, that's lack of certainty. If you're going to go with an opportunity, you're going to do it, you want to leave your full-time job and you want to go into an opportunity, burn the bridge. Go all in on yourself. If you've got the mentor and you've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, go all in. We only live once. And the universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, will reward you for taking that action. If you do the next right thing on a consistent basis, the outcome is predictable. So how certain are you? How certain are you in your faith? I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about, they were afraid to do something, but they were highly faithful. I said, listen, faith and fear cannot coexist. You either have faith in your ability to do the steps. And this is not easy. This is not easy. It wasn't easy for me when I went all in. When I left the restaurant business and went all in on sales, it was difficult and it was a struggle. Thank God I was living in my parents' basement for a few years. And that was a carryover until the success started happening. But I was certain that if I did the right steps, if I followed the right people, if I listened to the right coaches and trainers, that I would be able to do the things, learn the skills it takes to do what they were doing. And that proved fruitful. And it only took 6.5 years to get there, to go from cook to coach, to go from $17,000 a year to $1 million a year. And this isn't about me. This is about you. What are you uncertain about? Are you uncertain about the plan you have? Well, analyze the plan, and if you have to get a new one, get a new one. Talked to somebody the other day. They're 60 years old and they're living paycheck to paycheck and they're broke. The reality is you bought the wrong plan, or you didn't execute the plan that you had. So many people out there, unfortunately, get to 60 years old and they're unhealthy, they're overweight, and they're broke, and they're dependent on somebody else to support them and somebody else to help them. And that doesn't just happen. Jim Rohn has a famous phrase: a few simple disciplines repeated every single day over a period of time equals fortune. But the other side of that is a few simple errors in judgment repeated every single day over a period of time equals pennies. So what are the judgments, the errors in judgments, or the disciplines that you're certain about? So can you get certain in your faith? How about your marriage? Are you certain in your relationships? Are you certain with your kids? And when I first got started, not first, but after a few years in the sales industry, before I really hit it, I had that epiphany moment where it was, I had to go all in. And I made that commitment. I was absolutely certain that I was going to the top. Absolutely certain I was going to the top. I knew that because I saw the people that were there. And I knew more than they did. I didn't have the skills. So once I learned the skills, I knew I was going to the top. And my attitude changed. My word tracks changed. My feelings changed. My commitment to myself changed to the point where my certainty was I'm going to the top no matter what. And my family's all in the restaurant business. They say, what do you know about nutrition? I said, nothing, but I'm going to learn. I'm learning. What do you know about sales? I sell pie after somebody eats their dinner, but I'm learning sales skills. So what do you know about building a team? I said, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I'm going to the top. No matter what, you'll either see me at the top waving a flag saying I made it, or I'm going to be dead on the side because I tried with all my might. I was certain that I was going to get there. So what kind of commitment level, what kind of certainty do you have with what you're doing, with your drive, with your commitment, with your opportunity that you're doing? What kind of commitment do you have with your family, yourself? What kind of certainty is there? Are you certain? Last week we talked about commitment. This is certainty. Are you certain in your commitment? Again, or are you wishy-washy? So, here's one last thing, we'll end this thing, is when you go into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a sales call, whether it's prospecting, do it with intention. Intention will help your certainty. And you should be certain with the law of averages. If you do the right thing, the next right thing enough times, you should be certain that the result is going to be predictable. And if you're uncertain, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. And if we haven't had an opportunity to meet one-on-one, I do free coaching sessions. Let me know what kind of business you're in. I help salespeople, commission salespeople primarily, coaches, trainers, real estate, insurance, home improvement, whatever, HR, whatever you're selling. I know that just in a conversation, we can write out a plan for you on the back of a napkin on how you can hit that next barrier and how you can grow your business and how you can do the next right thing. And I'll guide you and help you any way I can. All right, everybody, have a great day. Certainty is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Is number 4. Week 4 is certainty. Have a great day. Talk to you later.